So I mentioned a second ago this idea of passion projects. And when I met Ryan for the first time or got exposed to him through the speaker team, I kind of said he nails that idea. And as a curator, my job is to find the ideas and edit the excellence of the world, ideas that need to be worth sharing, and then having at least my point of view, which might be kind of the shared point of view of the group, or maybe just mine. It's we kind of bounce around on that, the team. But on this one, I loved it because it really embodied this idea of passion projects. And passion projects are less about a career or a job, about doing things in your life that fulfill you from a passionate standpoint and are philanthropic on one end and over here financially reasonably and pay for your life. And there are things that just embody the idea of passion. And when Ryan told us his story, this was so at the core of that idea in terms of unleashing the potential of his biggest two passions, technology and nature. Everybody meet Ryan Abrahamsen.
Fun. Thanks. So I want to start with a statement that I'm almost positive is true. I'm probably the most tech-obsessed person in this room. I'm a web designer and developer. I have the latest Apple gadget. News articles about artificial intelligence, robots, and 3D printers are like catnip to me. But I also love the outdoors. I love hiking, I love paddling, and I love camping. I grew up in a tiny town in Minnesota. Let me get the slide to work here. They shut me off because I think I ruined the video in the last one. There it is, okay. I grew up in a tiny town in Minnesota on the bend of the Mississippi called a town called Big Lake. I lived outside as a kid. I used to build trails through the woods, from my house to the river. I built forts. I was like a free-range kid. It's a type of child-centered lifestyle that adults today bring their hands over the loss of. I love being outside. I also love building things as a kid. This is me at 13, and by this time we moved to Richmond. And here, this picture, I'm working on, I think, a rocket launcher for something. I don't know. It's pretty cool. One of the cool projects when I was 13, this might be illegal today, but I built a bug, a telephone bug, that you plug into the wall, and what it would do, it would transmit a telephone call to FM radio. So I sold a bunch of those to middle school students, you know, mostly boys, and they loved it. It was crazy. So yeah, I didn't get in trouble, so don't worry. But technology and being outside, those are my two passions as a kid, and they still are today. Not quite 4 years ago, I was sitting on the couch looking at my house on Google Street View. And, you know, who knows how the brain works, but I started thinking, how can I combine those two passions, technology and the outdoors? And an idea started to form. What if instead of separating us from the natural world, you know, it could be a gateway to it? What if these devices could be, instead of a barrier to appreciation for nature, could act as an enticement to go experience the real thing? So let me offer you some background. This is my daughter, Piper, in Shenandoah National Park. We go up there all the time just to hike around, she's playing the waterfall right there, and she's having a great time. You know, we see big wildlife, turkeys, deer, an occasional bear. And you know, a father of a 4-year-old seeing a bear, it's pretty crazy, pretty scary. So, and she loves it, of course. So I was blown away by something I saw in the news recently. Morgan Spurlock has a show called Inside Man. And on a recent episode, he reported that the number of visitors, kids under 15 visiting national parks in the past 10 years has been cut in half. So that's 50% decrease of 15-year-olds and under 15 visiting national parks in a decade. And that's when an all-time visitation is an all-time high. So I'm like, what's going on here, right? So why are kids and their families and frankly, you know, their parents abandoning these experiences here, having a great time outside? What are they doing with their time instead? So if everyone in the audience took a moment to think about what we're doing with our time, I'm sure they'd come up with the same conclusion that a Yosemite Park ranger, Bob Roney, said on the program. People want modern conveniences, he said. Young people are more city-oriented and less wildlands-oriented. So kids are doing this, and this. Lots of fun. My kid does that. In 2010, this is 5 years ago, keep in mind, the Kaiser Family Foundation found that kids 8 to 18 are spending 53 hours a week on media use. So that's 53 hours a week. So basically, you're looking at this kid's, full-time job, okay? So generally speaking, we're healthier and happier when we do less of this and more of this. There you go, fishing outside. So, but we're heading the other way, and we spend more time on devices and screens. We spend less time in the natural world. And as we know, fewer and fewer kids are visiting national parks because the parents aren't taking them. And the parents aren't taking them because kids are saying, hey, Dad, I have a full-time job here, playing on my devices. There it is again. It's a great stock photograph. So 5 months after that couch epiphany of mine, 2 partners and I started terrain360.com. It's a website that maps trails and waterways with panoramic images. Think Google Street View for the natural world. So here are a couple of examples. And I wanted to point out, is this thing working yet? I think here's one. The awkward silence waiting for it to play. Let's see here. There we go. So this is a screen capture from the website. This is Beehive Trail in Acadia National Park. I'll let you take a look at it for a second. I have 5 of these, so it's going to be a fun journey. And here's this is Angel's Landing in Zion National Park. And this is a screen capture. I was just capturing myself clicking through the website, so it's not actually, I'm not actually controlling it right now. You see the quality is amazing. Then we're going to go to the next. This is Bryce Canyon National Park. And then, of course, it jumps. So this is the Appalachian Trail on an overlook in Shenandoah National Park, Bear Fence Mountain. And this is the Narrows in Zion National Park. So you can see this is awesome. It's a huge passion of mine to make this happen. So this summer, we partnered with the James River Association to build this is Balcony Falls. A new partner and I mapped the entire length of the James River, 343 miles, from Iron Gate, where the confluence of the Calpasser and Jackson Rivers start, to Norfolk. And what a crazy journey that was. And we mapped it with, I want to go this boat right here, and you can see that's me. I built a boat. In the middle, there's a telescoping pole that this camera array is mounted on top, and this allows us to take an instantaneous panoramic image at the click of a button. And it's all automated now. Now a computer controls the camera timing. But as you can see, this boat gets a lot of attention on the water. It's pretty cool looking. So there's me hanging out on the boat. So, go back to the Balcony Falls. So this is McCaffrey Knob. So this boat is a mapping vehicle in the same way that Google Street View cars are mapping vehicles. And with it and the 600,000 panoramic images we took, we created the first surface-level image map of an entire river anywhere in the world. So it's funny, before the project started, of course, that's the wrong slide, but you get the idea. Before the project started this past June, a newspaper reporter asked my partner, Andy Thompson, he said, are we worried that people would see it online and not want to go experience it in person? So I say, you can see here, who wouldn't want to go there just by seeing it here? It looks awesome, but again, look at this. It inspires me to go to these locations. So maybe you've heard of the White House's Every Kid in a Park plan. Starting next year, all 4th graders and their families will be given free admission to every national park in the entire country. I think it's a bold plan. I think it's great. And we have a similarly ambitious goal at Terrain360. We intend to map all major trails at every national park in the entire country. We're not going to stop there. We want to bring these tours to the Mississippi, the Colorado, the Hudson, and we want to do all the major rivers. So we're really excited. We're doing this because over the past 4 years, that inkling I had on my couch turned out to be true. This technology really can be a gateway to the outdoors and experiencing the outdoors. Let's assume kids and the parents aren't going to put down the devices anytime soon. So what if we brought nature to them on those devices? What if this virtual connection to a park, trail, or river was the spark needed to inspire them to get out and experience the real thing? Thank you.
Nicely done. So quick, how cool is that? So quick question, what was the coolest part of this thing? Because it's so cool. Like, what was the coolest part of the experiences you got to go through?
I think being out there and actually experiencing, and capturing it. I think, I have lots of stories from the water with that camera unit, getting the police stopping us, asking what's going on, and all kinds of fun stuff, like, what are you guys doing? So, yeah, I think being out, for me, is just being out there and actually capturing this and knowing that every photograph we take, someone's going to see, and they can use that as an experience to inspire them to get outside.
Well done.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks.
you so much, Ryan. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks.
What's that?
What?
Wait, question. What's that?
Yeah, not now. I wish. Yeah, they asked about that. I said if we had some time, we could set it up to where it would just take our picture. But yeah.
My
Next
bad.
time. Thanks.
Thanks, man.